Hey, what's going on? My name is Michael. You guys are watching IDB. And in this video, I want to talk about the Apple Watch. I want to talk about why, in my opinion, everyone who owns an iPhone should probably have an Apple Watch in 2024. These tiny pieces of technology are able to do so much just on your wrist. And in this video, I want to go over all of my favorite features of my Apple Watch. And hopefully after watching this video, you'll agree that everyone should have an Apple Watch in 2024. So let's go ahead, roll the intro, and jump right in. So throughout this video, I just want to show you all of my favorite features of my Apple Watch and tell you where it comes in most handy for me throughout the day. So the first feature I want to show you is pinging my iPhone. If you go into Control Center, you're going to notice there's an icon that looks like an iPhone right here that has some waves coming out of it. And if you click it like this, it's going to ping your iPhone. Now, if you have any Apple Watch with any iPhone, it's going to be able to make that pinging noise. But if you have the newest Apple Watch Series 9 or the Ultra 2 in conjunction with the new iPhone 15, I know you need a lot of new technology to do this. But if you have all of the new devices, you're able to get this proximity feature. So it says 1.1 meters away, and if I go and grab my iPhone right here, you can see it shows it's getting a lot closer, and then it goes away once it is close enough to my watch. So it's really useful to be able to find your iPhone, whether it is under your bed or lodged in your couch cushion. You're able to ping it wherever you are right from your Apple Watch. Next up is tracking my heart health. So this is something that's really important to me. I'm always trying to be as fit as I can, and tracking my heart rate is something that is really important to me every single day. So in the Apple Watch, you can open up the heart rate application. And not only can you check your current heart rate, what I really like is being able to check your resting heart rate. So I always aim to have a heart rate below 55. I think the lowest I've ever gotten was maybe 47. And the only way I'm able to know that is thanks to the Apple Watch. So the heart rate application is a fantastic way to get an overall overview of how healthy you are. The next feature I love to use on my Apple Watch is Apple Pay. So if you double tap the side button, you're able to use Apple Pay. And what is fantastic about using Apple Pay on the watch is that you don't have to do your fingerprint or Face ID. One, because it doesn't have any of the biometrics, but two, because it is on your wrist and it never leaves your wrist, it is always authenticated. So whenever you want to pay, all you have to do is double tap the side button and then hold your watch up against the payment terminal. Sometimes using your wrist up against the payment terminal can be a little bit awkward, which is why sometimes I just prefer to tap my iPhone. However, the one situation where I love using my Apple Watch is in a drive-thru. Because in North America, we drive with the steering wheel on the left-hand side of the car, and since I wear my Apple Watch on my left wrist, I can simply stick my wrist out of the window and I can tap and pay at the drive-thru and then drive away. It is so easy, and I love using Apple Pay at the drive-thru on my watch. Again, it's one of those Apple-like features that just make it feel really magical. And next up is closing my rings and tracking my workouts. So first off, with closing your rings, this is a fantastic way to stay motivated to hit all of your fitness and exercise goals throughout the day. So the Apple Watch has 3 rings. The first one is move, so general movement throughout the day. You have your exercise ring and then your standing ring. Just having these rings on your Apple Watch is such a good motivator. I remember I was once laying on the couch and I looked at my ring and I was about 88% complete. Now, if I didn't have an Apple Watch on, I was probably just gonna keep laying on the couch, but because I saw my ring was almost full, I got off the couch, I went for a walk, and I was able to close my ring. So just having these rings always on your watch, showing how much movement you've had throughout the day, is a fantastic way to stay active. And then adding on top of this, I love tracking my workouts on the Apple Watch. And the Apple Watch has some of the best fitness tracking available. So I'm either doing an outdoor walk, an outdoor run, either lifting some type of weight or riding the spin bike. And the workout application in conjunction with the heart rate sensor is one of the best in the industry. And the numbers it gives you for calorie burn is very, very accurate. So I love being able to track all of my workouts on the Apple Watch. And it's kind of funny, but whenever I get to the gym and if somehow I forget my Apple Watch, I'm almost unable to do the workout because I feel like if I can't track it, then I didn't really do it. I know that sounds really stupid, but I know there are a lot of you out there that do that as well. I find it pretty much impossible to work out without my Apple Watch now. And the next feature is a timer. I know a watch can do a timer. That is shocking. But I love having the timer widget right on my watch face right here. Whenever I'm cooking dinner, I can set a timer just like this, or I can even use Siri. And then right here on the watch face, I can always see the timer just like that. I can click on it right here. I can cancel it or I can pause it. And it just works really, really well. You have a shortcut to your timer if you don't have any active. And if you have one going, you can see how much time is left right in the watch face. So this is a very useful complication that I use every single day. And the next feature I want to talk about is sleep tracking and alarms. So I always wear my Apple Watch to bed. However, I really don't utilize the sleep tracking very much. I just don't think it gives me very useful information. I can tell if I got enough sleep in the morning based on how tired I feel, so I really don't need the Apple Watch to tell me that information. However, the reason I wear it to sleep is because of the alarm. The alarm on the Apple Watch is so nice, and I can't explain just how much better it is to wake up with a subtle tap on the wrist instead of the annoying audible alarm from your iPhone. So if you have an Apple Watch, even if you don't like using sleep tracking, I'd recommend wearing it to bed just because of how good the alarm is. The next feature I want to talk about is one that sometimes people forget is on the Apple Watch, and it is the flashlight. So I'm going to click the side button right here to go to Control Center, and then you can turn on the flashlight right here. You can increase the brightness with the crown like this, and you also have a few different modes, such as this red mode for nighttime visibility, and also this flashy mode, which I think is going to be good at nighttime as well. I do have sort of a funny story about this flashlight. So I was on a road trip in the middle of nowhere, and I had to go use the restroom at some random gas station. And for whatever reason, this gas station bathroom did not have a light in the bathroom. And I left my phone in the car just because I was running into the gas station. Luckily, I had my Apple Watch on my wrist, and I was able to turn on the flashlight, and this way I was able to see in the bathroom. So a very, very funny story, but the Apple Watch flashlight definitely helped me out in that situation. The next feature that I use a lot on my Apple Watch is for driving directions. So sometimes I start navigating somewhere and then I put my phone in the cup holder instead of mounting it in my car, and then I can't really see my directions. But luckily, if you have directions going in Apple Maps and you're wearing your Apple Watch, your directions are going to show up on your watch. And the best part is it's going to give you haptic feedback on your wrist, so you don't even have to look at your watch. So you're gonna notice a difference in the haptic feedback from a left turn to a right turn. And there's also different haptic feedback for traffic circles, taking the first exit, second exit, third exit, etc. So as you use this more and more on your wrist, you're gonna understand the vibration patterns that the watch gives you for driving directions. And it's like having an invisible guide on your wrist at all times when you're driving. Really, really cool. And the final feature I wanna talk about on the Apple Watch is texting. The voice to text on modern Apple Watches is so good, and I don't think it ever makes a mistake. I can add periods, I can add commas, exclamation marks, and it always understands what I'm trying to say. So if I tap in create message right here, and I'll tap here, and then dictation. This is a test of dictation on the Apple Watch, comma. It works very, very well, exclamation mark, like and subscribe. So as you can see there, it literally got everything that I said, including all of the punctuation. It is so much easier to text and respond to someone on the Apple Watch than pulling out your phone from your pocket. So those are all of the essential Apple Watch features that I want to show you. I just want to talk about a few other little things here at the end of the video. The first one is a brand new feature for the new Series 9 and Ultra 2, and it is called double tap. So you're able to do certain things on your watch when you double tap your fingers together. So on the home screen, you're able to scroll through all of your widgets. If you have a timer going off, all you have to do is raise your wrist and then double pinch to stop the timer. And probably my favorite feature is when you get a text message and you raise your wrist to look at it, if you double pinch your fingers when the text comes in, it's automatically going to open dictation and you can start talking to reply to that message. And then whenever you're done talking, you can double pinch again to send that message. So that is probably the coolest and most futuristic feeling feature of the new Apple Watch Series 9. And another great thing about all Apple Watches is that they are waterproof. So you don't have to worry about jumping in the lake or the hot tub or the pool or the shower. All Apple Watches are completely waterproof, so it doesn't matter if you get them wet or splash them or completely submerge them, they are going to be completely fine. Also, if you get the Apple Watch Ultra, these things are certified dive computers pretty much. So you can take this thing, I believe, 50 meters under salt water and it's gonna be completely fine. I do believe that the normal Apple Watch could do this as well, but the Ultra is the only one that is certified to be a dive watch. And then really quickly here at the end of the video, I also want to mention I love my Apple Watch simply because it is an Apple product and everyone knows that Apple products always get a lot of accessories. And if you like having a bunch of different watch bands, well, the Apple Watch is definitely going to be the watch that you should get. I'll show you just a few of my bands right here. I have them off to the side. Yeah, I have a ton of Apple Watch bands. Some of them are official bands, some of them are third-party ones from Amazon. But yeah, if you want to customize your watch, I'd say the Apple Watch is definitely the way to go because this connector, I believe, is now the most popular watch band connector in the world. So I'm gonna wrap up this video, but before I finish it completely, I first wanna hear from you guys. So head down to the comments and tell me, because I'm really curious, what is your #1 favorite feature on your Apple Watch? And if you don't have an Apple Watch yet, tell me which feature you're looking forward to using the most if you were to get one. With all that said, my name is Michael with IDB. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure to subscribe and like the video for more, and I'll see you in the next video.